Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Rico and this is the first episode of a new Let's Play series. We're going to play King's Bounty on the Sega Mega Drive Genesis. It's not the original for MS-DOS, it's a conversion that was released in 1991. I chose this game as one of the first Let's Play series on my channel because it's the time of the year. I got this game in December 1993 and played it through all the Christmas/winter holidays, and even past that. It's a game that I know quite well, so I feel quite comfortable playing, doing a Let's Play series. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you should already know that I already played it on Twitch and I released the VODs on YouTube. I played it mostly on speedrun gameplay, we should call that. This time I try to take it slowly and go for a completionist playthrough, trying to get all the V-lanes, all the pieces of the map, and call it there. So let's get started, and before going on with the explanation. As you can see, I'm playing out on Sega Mega Drive Genesis Classics Collection on Steam. It's not one of the release game. I got it on the workshop. I do have the original cartridge of this, so I played quite a lot. And as I said, it is not going to be a really long series. Even taking it slowly, the game is I think 3 hours long. Okay, so it's going to be a 5-6 episode series, unless I then try to do a speed run after that, but we'll see. So to start with, the first thing is to choose a commander, a hero, our character. There are 4 characters to choose from: Sir Crimson the Knight, Lord Palmer the Paladin, Dinesa Soras, and Mohammed the Barbarian. For speedruns, usually it's the Sorceress, the best character to get. But if you want to actually defeat the last villain, you can't rely on her. You should pick preferably Sir Crimson the Knight. Now, every character has his or her stats progression, as comes leadership, spell powers, number of spells in the book, weekly wage, and so on. This matters very little in the advanced game, as boosts and boons found in chests completely override the basic stats, save for one thing, which is the effect of the instant army spell, which is the core of our strategy. The unit summoned with a spell is different depending on the character you're using. For the strategy I have in mind, I really need the knight. So we start. We'll play it on normal because I'm not going for score this time. I'm simply going to defeat all the villains, so I probably need more time. Okay, if you watched my previous playthrough, you know I did it on impossible. It's not impossible, it's hard, but I skipped the last 4 or 5 villains. So we'll start. And we'll pause right away. Okay, 2 things before I start. I'll post a link in the description of my previous playthrough. If you want to see what the original game for MS-DOS looked like, I'll post a link to Ghost LP's playthrough, which put on YouTube last year during his usual winter/Christmas break. It's very fun to watch the difference between the 2 games. Naturally there's a lot going on graphic wise, but mostly the original is the overland movement is turn-based, it's grid and turn-based, okay, while here on the Genesis Mega Drive it's in real time, so there's a whole new there's a whole lot of new shenanigans you can pull out on the map. The usual strategy is to try to advance to the next continent until you reach the 4th and last one, get the best possible army, then go back and erase every single villain. That's definitely the most efficient way. You can aim at a 0 losses game, but we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do is to try to clear all the villains before moving to the next continent, even if I get the map before that, and maybe I can go to the second continent before the last boss here on the first one, because it's really tough, but I'll try to avoid it if possible. I'll leave the details on how the game is played on the recommended videos. Okay, so if you want to know more about it, be sure to check them. And now we can start. So our initial army is of 20 militias, 2 archers, is quite puny. It's no good. It's my character. We have a leadership of 100, which means that every unit slot can contain up to 100 hit points. We have 1000 commission per week, gold, and so on. Still, my strategy is going to be to get the boat, try to get as many treasure chests as possible, get an idea if there are good units available in this continent, and once the first scouting tour of the continent is finished, I'll assemble an army and start clearing the castles to minimize losses. You see that's follower skill. Follower skill affects your current score. Your current score is given by the number of villains arrested, the artifacts recovered, minus 1 point for every followers killed. So if you get 1000 peasants and they get wiped out by a dragon, you lose 1000 points. That's why it's important, if you want to go for high score, to limit your losses, or go straight going for a 0 losses game. Okay, so we'll rent a boat, as I said, gather information, Castle Vutar, which is to the east, Baron John and Macall, that's okay. I don't need a bridge, I won't buy the siege weapons. Now, one thing, why do I usually pick the sorceress if I want to do a speed run? The sorceress is the only character of the 4 available that starts with magic, which is an awesome boon, because to learn magic you have to go to a cave here in Continentia, the first continent, right north of the King's Castle. You have to go through a few random battles, and so that might be a problem. The sorceress can straight away get a boat, forget about it, and go away. However, spoiler alert, the sorceress instant army spell summons archmages, which most of the time are an awesome troop. However, they totally useless against the last 2 or 3 villains, mostly the last villains, because they have dragons and dragons are immune to magic. Instead, the Sir Crimson the Knight will be able to summon knights, which are the knights is the troop with the highest damage to hit points ratio. So you can, and they're high skilled as well, so you can have a multitude, a legion of them, and fight the dragons, the hundreds of dragons that the last boss has. End of the spoiler. So well, this is a empty cave, which is a passage. Okay, now I go to distribute the gold to get as much leadership as possible. Gold is not a problem. These are peasants that want to join me. I can even let them join, it's not that lost. There's a tree house there. It might be gnomes or it might be sprites. I highly doubt it's elves. If it was elf, I would be extremely delighted, because they're an incredibly strong troop. Let's get the information. Rizakon. Nobody's home. Okay, I'll knock the door so I can teleport with the castle door spell, I think it's called Castle Gate, or Articles of Nobility. It's one of the artifacts. This boosts my weekly income greatly, so it won't be a problem. Carnivore the Mystics is the toughest villains in the continent, and you can see why. He has ghosts, which are a pain. He has some knights and 2 units of archmages. That's really a problem. Usually the last villain of the continent is quite of a on a tier of his own or her own. Okay, these are sprites that want to join, but map to Forestria. Okay, now normally I would be extremely happy, but I'll try to really, as a last resource, Dread Pirate Rob. As you can see, the movement is real time. If you watch my previous video, you already know what I'm going to. So you can do shenanigans like this. You can drag the marauding bands around. Oh, dragon dwellings. Oh, what a pity. And here's the other artifacts. There are 2 artifacts per continent, so we're good to go here. I don't remember if the ring enhances your spell power or number of spells or something. So I could probably go to... Now, going to Forestra. Forestra means that probably I get access to elves, which are extremely good. Extremely reliable ranged unit. This is the instant armor. I'll try to remember where to get the spells when I need them. So right now I'm mostly going for fine villain, troops, peasants, absolutely no good. Turn undead, marauding. So this is where marauding, which is the weakest villain, is. Now, if you don't know sprites, if you don't know, you gain levels by arresting villains, and to arrest a villain you have to lay siege to his or her castle and have a contract, a bounty hunter contract, otherwise the villain flees to another castle. They can even flee to another continent if you already own all the evil elves. Now another thing, here you see that the marauding parties, the random armies, are shown as different units. In the original game instead, they all shown with the same unit. Here usually it should be the unit with the most hit points, which should be in the top of the army list, so to speak. You can check the map. Okay, we have to go this way. The aim should be gather as much leadership as possible, save some money to hard troops, carnivore the mystic. Ooh, elves, this is good. Elves are good. Now there's another thing to keep in mind when you're figuring out your future army, which is morale. Troops have different moral alignment, we should say. There are 5 types, referred as to A, B, C, D and E. And very briefly, moral, this is undead scuffles. Morale, A is the common people, so militia and peasants. They can't reach high moral, which translates in serious buffs to their fighting abilities. They can easily get scared, so drop to low morale. if they're paired with evil creatures, which are type D, and undead or dungeon dwellers, which are type E. Then there's type B, like bold, which are the human mercenaries, so the soldiers who can't reach high morale, but they drop to low morale only if they're paired with dungeon dwellers or undeads. So they're pretty much reliable. Then you have the good creatures, which is type C, which are the good creatures from fairy tales and fantasy novels. So you got the sprites, the gnomes, the elves, dwarves, barbarians, desert nomads, and so on, so on. They don't get along well with evil creatures and undeads, and they drop to low morale. However, if you have an entire army of type C moral alignment, they all get high morale, so they are much better in combat. They can deal a lot of damage. Okay, so we basically toured everything. Finally, we have the dungeon dwellers, who are undeads and demons. They are always of normal morale, no matter who you pair them with. And the evil, or type D, like Doctor, moral alignment, are the evil creatures, so orcs, ogres, trolls, dragons, which can't be of low morale, so there's a bonus. However, they're quite lousy, generally speaking. So for the dragons are totally on a level of their own. They're far the best units in the game. Okay, so we could at this point assemble an army and try to get something started. I'm going to need the elves. Who were where were the elves? Around here. Probably get elves, pikemen and archers. Having archers and elves should take care of most of the encounters, because the ranged units are overpowered in this game, because they can attack and defeat enemies without being on the receiving end of the counterattack. And later I'll explain what the weak of the insert random troop name means. Is it? No? Sprites? I know someone is about to shout. Where the heck is going? But I already forgot where I found the elves. Maybe it was around here. So what usually this type of games usually start with like this, then I go for good creatures, so I go with elves, lots of elves, druids, archmages, and giants, who are all ranged units. Giants are better as a melee unit, but they can throw stones and deal a lot of damage. Is it here? Oh, there. 22. Not so many, but I'll take them. I can already dismiss the rest. Militias and peasants. Now I'll go back to the castle. The castle works as a spawning point for soldiers, militias, archers, pikemen, cavalry, and knights. You get access to cavalry and knights once you level up. Are quite good there. Nothing really durable, but and pikemen. Okay, now we can start. I'll cancel the boat rental and we can start. I'll a quick save just in case, and we'll start. These are ogres. Okay, they don't have any ranged unit, which should be our priority to take down. Gnomes and ogres are very slow. Ogres don't deal much damage, they're quite durable though. This is a constant of type D creatures. They have quite a lot of hit points, but they don't deal that much damage, except, as I said, for dragons. Nomads are faster, so I'll focus on them. And I should probably speed up the delay, otherwise it's going to take quite a while. Okay, and we'll wait. Now we'll go for the pikemen are there mostly to defend. The archer should I face a really fast unit, or in castle siege, because castles are the map, the combat map is much smaller, so you tend to end up face to face with enemy units quite easily. Okay, so dwarves are quite durable, so as you saw, I killed just one. So I didn't kill any. 2 die. Okay. Now we can focus on the gnomes. And it should be it. Okay. I think gnomes I want to join. Okay. Okay, sprites and this is bad. This is bad. Sprites fly. They are in huge numbers, so they can deal a lot of damage. So they should be taken down as fast as possible. Fortunately, they have health and okay, I hope I reduce them to enough so that they don't kill anyone. No, okay, good, good. Okay, wolves are type D, are evil creatures. And where is the Wait. Oh, this way. There was the cave of the gnome who will teach us spells, which is very important. I keep it the gnomes because when you conquer a castle, you can leave some troops in it and gain some extra weekly wage. So it's always good to have some extra, something that you can leave. Okay, 6 sprites shouldn't be a problem. I'm not going to risk it though. The 6 orcs might be a problem. Okay, the wolves got stuck in there. Okay, with magic, now we'll get we're about the half an hour mark, so I'll get the siege weapons. Siege weapons are required to lay sieges to castles. If you lose a battle or if you retreat, you lose them, so you have to buy them back. But I'm pretty sure we should be safe now. And that's it for now. So, this was the first episode, just to get the ball running. I hope you enjoyed this introduction to the game, and I hope to see you next time with episode 2 and our first castle sieges and villain capturing shenanigans. Until then, have a good time and bye.